In this lesson, we're going to be talking about encoding. And not only are we going to be talking about encoding, we're going to be talking about decoding as well. So when you're dealing with web applications, often data is encoded in a particular way. And many web testing tools provide you the ability to not only do encoding, but do decoding as well. And you can also get browser plugins like Hackbar, for example, for Firefox that will do some encoding and decoding for you. One of the common types of encoding is base64. So I can do base64 encoding here, or base64 decoding. If it looks like I've got some base64 data, I can use this to do a base64 decode, and you can see down here, that's my plain text for the base64. I can also render this as hex, and you can see the different hex digits in the bottom box here. One thing that Burp Suite has the ability to do is a smart decode. Now, I can do a smart decode here and see whether it will actually render back to the plain text if it can guess whether it's base64 or some other type of encoding. Now, I can also encode this as other types of data. I can do HTML encoding. So you can see this is HTML encoding here. It's actually rendering this in a form that HTML would be able to understand. So you've got the ampersand indicating it's a special character, and then I've got the number sign indicating that I'm going to be giving you ASCII digits here. So if I were to do, let me see, this, it's actually rendering it as an ASCII character rather than typically you would do something like ampersand LT semicolon because it's a less than sign. But what it's actually doing here is it's rendering it with the ASCII character number, and so that's an HTML encoding. We could do ASCII hex, and that's the same sort of thing without all of the HTML bits in it. And I could do URL encoding, and this is the same sort of thing. It's still the ASCII equivalent, but it has the percent sign, so if you put the percent sign in front of it, you can actually use this in the URL in place of characters. And if you want to do some obfuscation so that it's not clear what's going on, you can stick these into your URL as parameters, and on the server side, it will actually decode it correctly as what it really is, but a normal user is going to look at that and not have any idea what's going on. It's just going to look like gibberish. So you can do decoding and encoding here. The other thing I can do is I can do different hashes, and we've talked about hashes before. So I can do an MD5 hash, and I can do a SHA hash here, and you can see that I've got the hash that comes out of just this short bit of text. So that's encoding and decoding and the different types of things you can do, in particular here with Burp Suite, although as I said, there's certainly plenty of other ways that you can do encoding and decoding.